Well, another fucking video of me shitting on Star Rail. This is becoming like a weekly thing now. Like, every week, this game is becoming more and more shit, and it's getting a term now, like the Genshinification of Star Rail is happening, because it's going down a path where Star Rail now is becoming exactly like Genshin. Hoyoverse is no longer listening, they do not care about players' opinion, and they're just adding stuff that's breaking the game. You guys probably will know. Oh, Shadow, what you talk about? If you've been in the well, I'm not really big in the gacha space, but if you guys watch any big content creators that do like Star Rail, like Tectone, whatever, they've been talking about the Casterus situation, and Casterus it's a shame because she's like the only character I generally care for in this update. I haven't played the new story because I cannot be asked to play the new story at the moment. The 3.0 right now is awful, and Triby's just came out, and I'm going to get to her in a minute. But they released the only character I gave a damn about, which is Casterus. I think she was the most intriguing part in the whole story, and she's going to be the most game-breaking fucking character in the game. She has I don't even really talk about leaks, but this has to be voiced, this has to be discussed, and it has to be sorted before she comes out, which is going to be the next few updates, probably the next month. She has an ability where she can revive your teammate when she's not even on your team. It's a universal ability. And why this is such a big deal is because if you have Casterus, it basically changes your whole experience for Star Rail. And it's not just like, oh, it's just a pay to win thing. Oh, every character's getting it. No. It's not just, it's not just a fucking, it's just a revive. No, it's not even that. It breaks the game's mechanics. Because you don't even just get a revive, you get damage buff and you get a crit buff. It's insane that this character is now being like fucking leaked around, and people are now discussing this, and I'm not seeing a lot of people talk about this, and it needs to be discussed, because again, not a lot of people want to talk about leaks, because leaks isn't really the finished product. But from Star Rail's case, leaks usually are the finished product. They usually, once the leaks come out, that's the character. They don't usually touch them when the leaks come out. And why Casterus now is so worrying is because if you have Casterus, if you're a new player, if you're a veteran player, you do not need to pull any other character, because you have one and revive, so you don't need to worry about healers on your team anymore. If you have Casterus just there on your fucking account, you don't need a healer on your team, because if you die, you can just come back. And then you get a damage buff and a crit buff. It just changes the whole mechanics of the game, and this is one thing I've always said about games, free-to-play games especially, is that they need to keep their core elements intact. Star Rail hasn't had its core elements since Silver Wolf's release. Silver Wolf ruined the game. Silver Wolf ruined Star Rail's gameplay. That's just a fact. Silver Wolf with her elemental negation, where she bypasses any element, ruins everything. Do you know why that ruins everything? Do you know why that ruins everything? Because it ruins the enemies. The enemies feel too squishy. And what I mean by squishy is that you could just mow through them without any worry whatsoever. You can use any team and mow through them. And you don't need to build certain teams to fight certain enemies anymore. Because if you have Silver Wolf on your team, you can bypass all of them with just her. It's insane that they allow these characters to release. And I said this in my other video, is that these types of characters that are so immersion breaking with the gameplay, that just break the gameplay as a whole, need to stop. Because fucking after that, I personally would say it was either Acheron or Firefly that broke the gameplay system. Acheron, not so much. I always lean towards Firefly when I say it, because she does so much damage and she can heal herself. Yeah, don't get me wrong, that's like a destruction path character thing, but she's so stupid. She made Super Break so fucking dumb. Another character I would fucking say that did this was fucking Acheron. Don't get me wrong, I use Acheron quite a lot when I play Star Rail, because she destroys everything and she's just broken. But now Honkai Star Rail is getting to a point now where they just don't give a damn. They don't care. They're gonna make every single character broken. Look at Triby that's just came out, bro. She basically gives you a Luocha type AoE type field that buffs your entire team. Who allowed this to come out? Who greenlit this character? They just don't care anymore, do they? Like, this is shown, because I'm playing through ZZZ at the moment. I'm almost caught up, and I'm having a blast with that game. Yeah, I have Miyubi, whatever her name is, the cattle girl. Yeah, she's broken, she's overpowered, but don't get me wrong, I'm enjoying the game still. I'm still having a good experience with the gameplay, with the story. Nothing's been like immersion breaking. Yes, don't get me wrong, ZZZ is still a relatively new game, so we would have to see in a few months' time. But nothing has been that pinnacle of where the gameplay has been just feels completely foreign to the player to me at the moment. For Star Rail, the gameplay has felt foreign since fucking Silverwolf came out, since Super Break was the meta, and now they're going into True Damage. They have just, they've just pulled apart the gameplay piece by piece. Like you've got, like they're a fucking porcupine, bro. Like they've got spikes with different types of metas. Oh, you like that team now? We're pulling that shit out. You're not going to use that anymore. Oh, you like Super Break? Oh yeah, but that's going to be shit in 2 months' time. Oh, you like True Damage? That's going to be shit when a new team comes out. Like what the fuck? It feels like Star Rail now is just becoming a money grab game. That's what it feels like. Because don't get me wrong, they did say, oh yeah, they're buffing old characters. We really need information on these buffs for the old characters. Because don't get me wrong, if they do not buff the characters like in a way where fucking they don't feel useless anymore, I probably won't be playing Star Rail for much longer. Because it's getting to the point now, if you do not pull the meta characters, you're not clearing any of the content. And it is stupid. Because don't get me wrong, I built Boot Hill a few days ago because I need a good physical DPS because I don't have a good physical character. And yet he just feels bad. Don't get me wrong, he feels quite good now that I've got a good build on him. But he feels really bad compared to the other characters. It's stupid that this game is fucking doing this shit. And it's feeling like Genshin all over again, and that's where the word Genshinfication's coming in. Because when Genshin first came out, everybody was having fun, everybody was having no issues with it, until around Zhongli's release, and when Zhongli broke the game, people, when Zhongli was shit, and then they buffed the fuck out of him, people just was excited and shit, and then they never made any changes since. This game now is becoming nothing more than a money grab and a waste of fucking time to people. The story hasn't been good since fucking the Lotfu, really, and it's just going downhill. Like I said, I did say this in my 3.0 breakdown video on Star Rail. I'll wait until the end of 3.0. If it's not good, or if when Castros comes out, I'm just uninstalling and I won't be touching the game. Because it's becoming to a point now, if they do not watch what they're doing, people are just hating them. But yeah, let's get into the Castros stuff. Castros, like I said earlier, has an ability to revive your team and give you damage buffs and a crit buff. Not even on your team, by the way. This is an off-field character that has a universal buff. And don't get me wrong, I have not seen anything other than that from her kit. If that's her main thing, everybody's hyping her up, not hyping her up, complaining about, remove it. Because it breaks the whole gameplay immersion thing. Gameplay immersion for every single free-to-play game is the most important thing for most games. For most games, not every single game, for most games. For Star Rail, because it's a turn-based game, you are ruining what it makes this game fun. And that's the gameplay and the team. Don't get me wrong. Actually, no, fuck that. I'm not even going to continue that sentence. Star Rail's gameplay has not been fun since Silverwolf's release, in my opinion. And do you know why? It's because they keep releasing these damn characters that are overpowered, which will just ruin the gameplay. And I said this again in the last video, is that they need to start making these types of characters and start making like fucking these characters that break their gameplay system. When has anyone genuinely struggled on a new enemy type? That's the question. When has anybody genuinely struggled on a new enemy type in Star Rail? Because don't get me wrong, oh yeah, the whales will just clear everything. Don't get me wrong, people that want to go zero cycle shit just for the sake of doing it, yeah, go ahead. But if you don't look at fucking the end game content is not clearable now without the new characters. You know, that's just a fact. Yeah, if you look at the people that just want to zero cycle shit, bro, you see them always gassing up these characters, but they never complain about the issues of this game. And this is the one thing I hate about the Star Rail community, is that the people that are the end game players, the people that are the whales, are usually like the biggest voices in the Star Rail community. Most guide creators are whales. Most fucking content creators are whales. Most this, that. Don't get me wrong, this is not a whale issue, this is a community issue. But no one in this community, other than a few individuals, are fucking complaining and fucking voicing their general thoughts on this game. This game needs to fix before Castros comes out. Because if it doesn't, this game's dead to me. Because Castros, don't get me wrong, she's still the most selling character to me in Amphorius. I will still pull for her, but this shit, the way she's designed right now, is insane. This buff, this universal buff, needs to go. No character in the game needs this buff. Yes, if you give every single character in the game a buff like this, then I don't think a lot of people would be complaining. But you have a massive cast, and majority of them, like 30 of them characters, came back like in 1.0, 2.0, and then almost 3.0 with fucking panic coning. Most of them characters are shit now. They are useless. So even a buff like that would not help. Most of these things are happening right now. Most people are complaining is because newer players cannot clear the game now. And that's a fact. If you try to do a free-to-play account, you probably won't even be able to clear the game. If you even try to just pull the most recent character, you probably won't even be able to clear most of the in-game content. This game is just doesn't care about the players anymore. And that's the thing we need to kind of lock in when it comes to Star Rail. We need to make them care again, man. And that's the thing, they clearly don't. Genshin, I think, because obviously when Genshin eventually ends, I think they're just going to turn Star Rail into Genshin and make Star Rail shit, because that's what it looks like. Star Rail now, yeah, just in the fucking shit, mate, and I won't even lie. And I've always loved Star Rail, man. I've been a day one player since it first came out, and I've been glazing the game up until recently. But the game isn't in a good spot anymore. It's in its worst position it's ever been, and when Castris comes out, that will probably be the nail in Star Rail's coffin. But yeah, guys, this will be the last video on Star Rail I'm making in a while. This will probably be out on Friday, but on Sunday I actually have a non-Star Rail video coming out, me talking about Arcane Season 2, because I finally finished it and I wanted to talk about it. But yeah, this update is not... I don't care for this update. The Tribi and the Kratos dude, I ain't pulling for either of the characters. When Castris comes out, I'll pull for it, but I generally do not care for Star Rail at the moment. The game is nothing more than just... It's dying, man. Oyverse, do better, fix your game, and I'll see you out in a bit. Peace.